welcome to episode 118 of the Cat Lady podcast. It is August 10th, 2020. My name is Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's two T's, C-A-T-T. It stands for Craft All the Things. Thank you for joining me. I've had a little influx of new viewers, so thank you so much for coming to join me. I am primarily a knitting podcast, but I do craft a lot of other things. So I do spinning and sewing, and I also just launched a hand-dyed yarn business, so I'll talk about that some. So I talk about a lot of things, but other things pop up, so DIY projects and cross stitch and other things. So sometimes I make stitch markers, just everything fiber related. I do some fiber processing, which I haven't done in quite a while, but I have like hand carders and a drum carder that I'm a little inexperienced with, so I got all this collection of things, but primarily knitting is what I talk about on a pretty regular, I guess. I try to record every 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit behind on this episode, but usually the summers, I thought about that as I was driving around today, running some errands. The summer is always chaotic. The kids are home permanently at this point, but typically in a normal summer, the kids are at day camp like half the week, and they're home half the week, and it's kind of and we go out of town for trips and everything like that. So, but now the kids are home all the time, so it's very difficult to just, record sometimes. So they're downstairs watching television, so that should keep them quiet. But my name is Andrea. Like I said, I am coming to you from Michigan, and I live here in Michigan with my husband and 2 kids and 2 cats. So if you are a returning viewer, you already know all this, and I thank you so much for coming back and watching. So I'm hoping, I'm at about 600 and something subscribers, late 670 maybe subscribers, maybe not quite there. But I'm hoping maybe in the very near future to reach 1,000. So please share, and if you like what you see, please share all over, and let's get to 1,000 and I can do a fun giveaway. I am participating in a giveaway on Instagram right now with I always say her name wrong. Star Lily Creations. So let me find her page. So she just did a 46,000 giveaway. So this is it's hard to show a screen on a screen, but there we go. So Star Lily Creations, she is a very amazing crochet artist. She creates a bunch of crochet patterns, and she is hosting a giveaway with all Michigan makers. So I am donating a skein of the 80s hair scrunchie yarn. She picked that one out. So if you want to win a skein of hand-dyed yarn by me, please go over to Star Lily Creations. Just follow me on Instagram, you can see. I'm using my phone, which isn't the best for recording, but it plays much nicer with my computer than my camera does. So in order to keep things a little simple, since I've been having a lot of problems with the videos I've been doing the last few months, I've decided just to go with the phone. So, but yeah, go over to Instagram, follow Star Lily Creations, and enter to win her giveaway, and you can win some hand-dyed yarn by me. But in order to win, you have to follow me. So I've gotten a bunch of followers onto Instagram, which has been really cool. So I'm at 900 Instagram followers, but I really don't want to do a giveaway strictly on Instagram followers because, this is my thing. The YouTube channel is my thing. So I'd love to get to 1,000 on YouTube. So there's my spiel. That's all. That's what I got. So on to the podcast. So I don't have notes again. Again, summer, chaos. I figured, okay, either I spend the time making notes today or I just sit down and record. So I figured I'd sit down and record. I do have a list. I have a little checklist. So I will try to follow my little checklist and not miss anything, because of course I missed things from last time. So first off, we will just jump into some knitting stuff, and I will show you what I have for the knitting realm. So works in progress. I have 2 current works in progress, and I've shared most of these on Instagram as well, but this is the 2001 shawl by Luke Gilligan, who is Wool Enthusiast. He is a tech editor, part-time tech editor, which sounds like he's going to be taking a break tech editing because he's going to college. He's a young guy. So he's going into college, so which good for him to, you know, take a break while you're working on your education. So, but this is the 2001 shawl. He's really a really good pattern designer, and I'm really excited how this is turning out. So it's too big to show like full. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is the main body color here. And that little marker there is where I showed it last. So I've gotten a lot done. And I finished the whole main body. So it's interesting. I got some interesting kind of pooling in spots at the bottom. It actually looks kind of cool that it's all kind of at the bottom there. But this is in my colorway. This is my Formidable sock base, which is a BFL nylon, 80% BFL, 20% nylon. And the colorway is Sunflowers. So I dug into my stash. So this will be a shop sample. I got this really pretty cable. And right now I am working on the applied edge. So it's got an applied border with that same real, oh, look at it. Look how nice that is. Oh. So this is, originally I think I called this Into the Forest or the Forest, but I thought of a different name and now I forgot it. So this is a really nice green color. Maybe it was Emerald Forest. That's what I was going to call it because it kind of is a emeraldy green. I don't know. If you have opinions on names, let me know. So far this is either in the forest or Emerald Forest. But this would be a repeatable color that I could do. I just dyed up the one skein to go with this, but oh, I love it. So this so I just started the applied border. So I'm gonna need to work around the whole edge, and then there is another edge that comes back in the yellow. So we got the Sunflowers and Emerald Forest in the forest colorway. And that is living. Someone asked me about my bag, so I made this bag. So I just got the fabric at Joann Fabrics, kind of a long time ago. So don't know if it's available anymore, but it is my Mickey and Minnie bag. I really like this bag. So it's kind of I originally was trying to go for a sweater bag, but really it's a shawl. Welcome to my podcast where I get lots of interruptions. I got a phone call, so whoopsie. Anyways, back to my bag. Mickey and Minnie Mouse bag. Good shawl size. Not quite sweater. I feel like it needs to be a little bit taller. I did shove a bulky weight sweater in here, and it was tight. But I mean, I got a lot of stuff in here. I got leftover yarns. I got 2 skeins of yarn. I got the Sunflowers and I got the green. I got some leftover Felici going on in here from another project. I got I got 2 notions things in here. Some other sock needles. So I mean, it's full. So it's got the nice zipper and handle. So I like that bag. I really want to make more bags like this, but time. So my other work in progress. And yeah, I need to swap out some bags because you guys always see the same bags, but just pick the ones I like and just go with them. This is Training Wheels. Oh, and I don't have the name of the person. If you look at my show notes from last time, you will see I will try to put it in. So this is called Training Wheels. It is a brioche. It is a little slow going because brioche is, if you've never done brioche, you're pretty much doing the same row twice each time to make it this double-sided. So it's really squishy and thick and cozy. And this is going to be a kind of big cozy cowl. So you see like that. Oh, look at that. So there's the one side and you can see the other side. So there's both sides. So it's double-sided. So you got the teal side and then you got the orange side and then the other colors in the background. So look at that. I love it. And I just love how orderly the stitches kind of look. Last you saw, I was here. So again, made some good progress. So I need to move my progress keepers around before I start again. I did make a mistake in this and I managed to tink it back and fix it. So, well, I just tinked back and then redid it. So I didn't fix anything, but I managed to tink back without screwing up the whole thing because I was at the beach knitting and I screwed something up. I don't know what happened. All I know is something didn't look right and it wasn't right and I freaked out and I threw it back in the bag and said, I don't know what to do. Because I didn't want to have to take this all out, and start over. So I got home and I was by myself outside and I managed to fix it. So thankfully I did. So I need to just go for 12 inches. So we're at, maybe halfway there. I have a tape measure handy. Let's see. We are at about 5 inches, so a little under halfway. And you know, I sit down and I do a few rows, but like I said, you know, you're doing, each row is 2 rows really, so it's a little bit, it doesn't feel like it's moving as quickly. And this is worsted weight yarn. This is Fiber Stash Dye Works out of Vermont, and this is in the colors Dark Side of the Mood, it's pretty teal, and Hayride. And let me tell you, I know I've told this before, but Christy is amazing, and I, you know, emailed her, or I Instagram messaged her and said, you know, I want to do something unique, something different, something outside my normal, all these are kind of outside my normal comfort or color zone. Like that yellow is definitely not my color, but I am so excited to finish that and like put on like a black dress and get that shawl on. I think that'll look so nice. And again, it's going to be a shop sample, so it's not like I'll really wear it much, but I think for a photo opportunity, I think it'll look really cool. But for this one, I picked out this color. This is my comfort zone color, like these like jewel tones and like purples and pinks and like stuff like that. So I said, match something with this that's going to be just unique and different. And she put some of the standard like grays and pinks that weren't unique. But then she put this one together, and I'm like, you know, I really like that. I really like that. And this color pulls out some of these teals in here. It's just really cool. So I love how it's turning out. I had a different pattern in mind first, but I switched up to this, and I couldn't be happier. And that's a free pattern on Ravelry called Training Wheels. So I will try to put the information down below. All my show notes I'm going to try to put down below instead of on Ravelry. I've not been doing show notes for a long time anyway, so now while I'm doing the podcast or while I'm uploading to YouTube, I can just type it in the description box, at least a generic, you know, idea of what I'm talking about. So so those are my 2 works in progress. So finished objects, I have one officially knit finished object that is kind of a not finished object. It was a finished object that is not a finished object. So my son wanted some socks, and so I ordered some Felici yarn. If you can see back here, I have a lot of Felici yarn, and I really had no business ordering more Felici yarn. So you will see the new yarn, but everyone around me was ordering yarn, and I like impulse stress buy, you know how it is. And it's so inexpensive, so you know, like I'm just gonna order some. So I'm like, well, I better go knit some up right now because I have no more yarn on the way. I can't fit it. I have so much Felici because I love it. It's so soft and just makes nice socks. It really does. So I knit up some tube socks for David. Well, I should have known, but you know, his feet are growing. I thought it'd be fine. I made them with US 1s, and I didn't tell you any needle sizes. I'm sorry. It's all in the pattern, but the test knit is, you won't find out until later anyways. When the test knit goes live, I will make sure to link you to where to buy it, but I can't remember what the Training Wheels is, but I'm using whatever's in the pattern. So anyways, so US 1s, 60 stitches. So when I knit my own socks, I use 60 stitches on a size 0. So why did I think this would work? I don't know. I was talking to a friend that makes a lot of tube socks for her kids, so I thought we kind of compared notes, and she told me what she does, and I kind of went off those numbers. Even though I've made tube socks for David before, I don't know why I was doubting myself. So I need to go down, for him, I need to go down to at least 56. And yeah, so I finished these socks. This is the Hawaiian shirt colorway. Oh, look at the matchiness. Look at how well they match. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. I love it when my stripes line out. And I plan that. I don't I cut the yarn, and do I have my little yarn bowl somewhere? No. I cut it and make it work. And what's funny, because I had 2 skeins and one of them was the opposite color direction, so I had to actually like rewind the whole cake into a cake because the colors were going the opposite way. So I needed to, I don't like pulling from the outside, so I just and yeah. So anyways, that worked. So these are now going to be my socks. But I need a heel in them, so now I need to do an afterthought, like hardcore afterthought heel, so he means just like cutting right into that and putting it in. Not, there's no waist yarn or nothing in here, so I marked where my heels should go. So it'll be a shorty sock for me, because usually I make my socks pretty long. So let's see if I hold this, so my heel's gonna be there. So yeah, I mean usually I make my sock like this long, so that'll be fine. That'll be a little shorty sock. Oh, I didn't talk about any of my knit-alongs or anything. I got a lot of knit-alongs going on. I'll talk about that in a minute, including a sock knit-along. Summer socks. So these are like perfect summer socks. But yeah, I'm hesitant to pull the trigger and do this. But I know how to do it. I've done one afterthought heel, but it was with waist yarn. But I know how to do it. I just need to get in there and thread my stitches, one here and one here, and then cut the one in the middle and do it. But I'm gonna watch a video again and prefer. But anyways, David wore these one time and he like just ripped them up. Like they were just nasty. They were full of dirt and grass because he went outside. They were full of like neps and fuzzies. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but when you get the little fuzzies on from the wear and tear. So I took the gleaner. So if you've ever heard of a gleaner, it's a tool that's kind of like a fuzz removing tool, and it's got 3 little heads that you can put on. So one for fine, delicate, and then one for, you know, the 2 I think should have been used on this, but I had to use, or there's the 3, which is the very fine, there's the 2, which is kind of your average wool, and then there's the 1, which is like rough. It's supposed to be for, you know, real like sturdy yarn. Well, I used the 2 on this and it just didn't do nothing, so I switched to the 1 and I just the heck out of it. And yeah, they look good. They look practically, I mean, if you look up real close, they look a little fuzzy in spots, but they look practically new. So, and I rewashed them and everything, and laid them out to dry. So, finished object that's now not finished, so I need to put heels in those. And if you don't know, I have a very inexpensive knitting machine. It's a circular knitting machine that it's similar to an Addy Express king size, but it is all plastic and it's kind of marketed as a children's knitting machine. So I got it on Amazon. It's called a Jamit or a Centro. They look exactly the same for some reason. One brand says Centro, the other one says Jamit. It's very confusing. I got hit in there. But anyways, it's a knitting machine, so it makes long tubes, really. And then you can make hats and scarves and headbands, and that's pretty much it. You can make hats, scarves, and headbands. And I made some little circular scrubbies, like for washing, or you can wash dishes with it, but I made some little scrubbies that they're double thicked and they're kind of attached in the middle. And then I saw some patterns that you can make some like these pumpkins and squash, which it sounds like it's the same concept, where it's kind of like the hole in the middle. I don't know, I gotta look into that, but they look really cute, especially for fall. So little decorations. But they make a king size, which is 46 needles is the Addy. This mine's 48, about the same. You can only use like worsted weight yarn. You can put thin yarn in it, but there's lots of holes in it, so it's made for worsted weight yarn, really. You can do DK, you can do a little bulky, maybe. But so it makes. But I've been making a lot of hats, so I made some more hats. So this is with a Lion Brand mandala, which is kind of a color blocked sort of gradient. It's not really gradient, but so. And it makes them two-sided because it makes a tube that you then, so I made a really long tube that then they come in together and they cinch up at the top. So that's one side, and that's the other side. And so, I mean, you can see it stretches out a bit. It's very loose weave, but it makes a nice, really nice beanie. Like, really, I really like how that turns out. So it's got a little bit of slouch to it. I do have my numbers that I use. It is following a pattern that I found. It's called Bonfire Beanie. And some of them I did, it's between like 110, 120 rows. It really depends on how much yarn I have and if I wanted a little extra slouch, but there's that one. So I kind of like that they almost, like you got the dark side and then the lighter side. They're almost at the same spot, but not quite. And then this is, and these are all leftover bits from scarves and stuff. So I use the mandala to make the infinity cowls, and then the leftovers made the hats. So it was actually a perfect use for this. So there's one. This is interesting with the little purple top. And then the other side, it's got like 3 colors. So actually I think I like this side better. Yeah, and this one's got, I might have made this one a little bit longer. I don't know if I wrote it down actually, because it's got a little more slouch in it. So, but yeah, I like these, and they're cozy. And they're so much fun. They take like 10-15 minutes to crank out. Maybe longer than that. Maybe like, no, maybe not. Maybe like 10-15 minutes to crank out, and then you gotta do the sewing up and stuff. And then, so here's the last one. This one's really nice too. I do like those colors. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I really do. So you got like this brownish, and then it goes into like the greens. And then the other side, like this gold, got a little gold on top, goes into a brownish gold. Yeah, one little spot there in the yarn that's a little weird, but put that in the back. So yeah, I mean, these are not, totally not my colors either, but I don't know, I like them. They're kind of nice, very fall colors. And then we have this one, I found another pattern. If you Google like knitting machine patterns, you come up with some stuff. This one was interesting. This was using Karen Simply Soft, and this one has a, like, it's a drop stitched braid. So what you do is you knit your whole thing, and then when you go to pick up the live stitches at the end, you drop a couple of them. I think I dropped 2 of them. I think you dropped 2 of them there. And then you go through the crochet hook and you literally like ladder it up, which is kind of fun. So this is with Karen Simply Soft. It does stretch, so I mean it's you know, it's a little different, but I don't know, it's kind of nice. So you can either put it off to the side. I kind of like it off to the side. It goes this little wavy kind of. So there's that one. I like it. I do like it. I would make it again. So because it gives it kind of cool, and you can kind of pinch it closed a little bit. Almost looks like a bow. So I like those. I like that again. Now, unfortunately, this was a prototype, and I ran out of gold. So the other side has the little bit of gray on it, which I don't know. It's kind of different, but I don't know if I like that as much. It's kind of cool actually, since the gray kind of ends up being the slouchy part, so it's not too bad. So if I wanted to do the color block there, it's an interesting look. But yeah, I'm just using leftovers. So I ran out of the, I don't know if I wrote down the number of rows I did for that either. I meant to write all these things down, but I don't know if I ever did. I don't know if I put it on, I don't think I put it on Ravelry because I haven't really been using Ravelry, you know, Ravelry. So last but not least, on the knitting machine, I made another one of these twisted turban headbands. So this is more of a wintry headband, like, so ear warmer. So we got like that. I feel like we're twisted there. There we go. I feel like you gotta kind of pull your hair out a little bit. But so I like this. It's different. I tried to do it with like your hair out, and that doesn't quite work. Maybe if your hair was in a ponytail or like a bun, like messy bun type thing, because I mean it's pretty thick, but it does cover your ears real nice. I do like it with the hair down. I'm totally fine with that. The Addy Pro, so the Addy Express is like 46. The Addy Pro is like half that, so like 20 something needles. Would make a narrower tube. So when you do these with that, it would be an actual headband, which I think would be cute. So I mean, just different purpose. But so this is also Karen Simply Soft. So I'm using up a lot of stash yarn, which has been fun. And I've been purchasing. Oh, I have some more mandala downstairs, but I didn't bring it up, so save it for next time. So yeah, but yeah, I made all these in one day. So it's like I pull it out and I crank out a bunch, and it's fun. So that is all for my finished objects and works in progress. So spinning, I did like 2 seconds of spinning, not enough to show. I'm working on a fiber optic yarns braid in a bluish color. So eventually it'll be done once I get onto the wheel again. So that's it for that. Let's see what else is in my notes. Let's see. Okay, I guess on to stash. So I got some stash. So on, since it's here first, on Instagram, I won a contest from M1 Yarns. So she is a Michigan, M1 is actually Woodward Avenue, which is one of the first, it's the first Michigan highway. And she dyes a lot of Michigan themed yarns and stuff, but I guess she makes these candles. I'm not really 100% sure, but this is a 100% pure soy wax candle. Ooh, I never smelt it. Light sugar cookie scent. Oh man, that's good. So, there's a little candle. So it looks like a ball of yarn, like a half a ball of yarn. So I won that on Instagram, so that was kind of fun. And oh, there's her logo, M1. Focus? No, not really. I'm gonna do something. Well, I gotta get back to my other camera, so apologize. So that's that. So I'm excited about that. And then I subscribed, before everything went crazy, I subscribed to a fiber club. I got fun face. And it is the Fiber for the People hand-dyed yarn club, and I think it was 6 months. I don't know, maybe not, but it might be. If so, that's exciting because they don't come monthly, they come like quarterly. So I've gotten one so far. So this is number 2. And it is, so it's called Values. Maybe it's 3 rounds. I don't know, I don't remember. It's called Values, so it's supposed to be like more tonals and stuff like that, which is perfect. It's a DK, which I don't have any, I have hardly any DK, so that's good too. And it is an MCN, which is very exciting. So merino cashmere nylon. So here was the inspirational photo of this pair here. And here's the yarn. So that kind of reminds me of the Hayride a little bit. It's kind of this orangish tint with the, you know, varying colors in it. Not quite. It's more toned down a bit, more golden. It's like a golden color, yeah. I really like it though, it's really nice. I bet you that'll knit up real nice. It's really soft. So we have 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 246 yards, DK. Oh, yeah. So, and that is Fiber for the People. So we got that. And then I bought Felici. Like I said, I bought some Felici. So I will show you my Felici yarn. I actually haven't even looked at it myself because I was waiting to show it off. So we got Cupcake Karaoke. So some pretty purples and pinks and greens. And I got 2 of each because, you know, pair of socks. We got Windbreaker. And this one's really pretty. Like hot pink and bright yellow, blue and orange. And then we got What's It's Galore. So this, I don't know if it's a reference to Little Mermaid, but it kind of looks like watery, down under, underwater, not down under, underwater colors. And then we got Fiesta. Again, this one's, it's different. I like this one too, but very bright, fun, dark purple, dark pink, greens, and muted yellow. And we have Hot Shot. So we got blues and pinks, lots of pinks. I noticed all these have pink in it. So we got blues and pinks, some grayish blue in there. And last but not least, we have Carrot Cake, and I really like this one. This one's like a, I think it goes like white, then the color, and then white, or it's like a cream colored, and then the color. So we got like a white, then a pink, then a white, then an orange, then a white, then a green. I think that's how it goes, with like smaller stripes. So that'll be fun. But what the heck am I doing? Because I don't even know how to put this on my shelf. And I used to be really good at updating my Ravelry stash, and even prior to Ravelry debacle, I never like put all my last round of Felici in the stash, as well as a bunch of other stuff. So my stash is very outdated. So, And last but not least for purchases is I bought the Nomadic Knits issue number 7, which is the Michigan edition. So I don't have the physical copy yet, so once I get that I will be sure to show that off. But for now I have the digital copy, so it's got a bunch of patterns in there, a bunch of Michigan themed patterns, some Michigan makers, so it's really exciting. I had a coupon for the Wool and Honey, which is a yarn store in Traverse City. So last Christmas time they gave a coupon for everybody. It was a $25 gift certificate for everybody who signed up. It was amazing. So you literally just had to sign up and they gave you $25 coupon, gift certificate. So the issue was like $22. So I used that and just had to pay for shipping. So it was kind of cool. So that was perfect use for my gift card that I've been kind of sitting on top of. So once I saw that issue come on, I'm like, ooh, I like everything Michigan. Of course, I like locally stuff. So I like to find local makers. I like to find local dyers. I like to find local patterns, etc. You know, so it's really fun to connect with all my local maker friends. So that was exciting. And on to sewing. So I am working on more bags. I've worked on some more masks. If you follow me on Instagram, which I am the Cat Lady on Instagram, all one word, the Cat Lady. And I made a mask out of this fabric actually, and I like it. It's okay. It has a little bit of a lip down here, which I don't like, so I wouldn't make it again probably. But it was an origami style, like the way you folded it, mask with the elastic. I've made the other mask, the standard, you know, the fitted looking mask, and I didn't like it. None of us can breathe in it, so we didn't like that. So then today I started working on, let me just finish my thought. I'm working on a gaiter style. So you pull it up over your nose, and then it's just on your neck. You just pull it up, pull it down. You can put a little wire in it, maybe a filter pocket. I don't know. It's going to be 2 layers of relatively thick polyester spandex or something, some more stretchy knit fabric. So I don't know if it needs a filter or not. I use a filter in some of my masks, some don't. My kids don't have filters in their masks right now, but it's 2 layers kind of smushed together. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's the best, but I'm trying to figure out masks the kids can wear to school if they go to school. So right now they are set to go to school. I don't know if that's the right choice, but I know online learning for them is terrible. So both choices are terrible. So we have terrible choice number 1 or terrible choice number 2. Really, that's what it comes down to. So we chose terrible choice number 1, and most likely it's going to just defer back to terrible choice number 2 anyways, but not really. So without getting too much into it, you had to sign up for a virtual program through our district, and the sign up was ended last Friday. And that was its own separate thing. So now if the state reverts back to a different phase, which means no in-person stuff, stay at home type thing, the school reverts into what they call remote. So this is called virtual, this is called remote. Virtual, they say your child should be really independent and be able to do a lot on their own, and it's very flexible and you can log in whenever you want and this and that, whatever. That don't work for me and the kids. Remote is if the school shuts down or if their classroom has to shut down from some outbreak, etc. You're with the same, you know, you're with your teacher, you're with your classmates, and it's like kind of like they're just teaching you from a distance instead of, okay, here's some videos to watch of a teacher teaching, and you can log in live for certain things here and there, but that's not how it works. It's like independent learning, and this remote thing doesn't sound like it's as independent, and it's going to be more hands-on-ish and structured, I hope. Last spring was a disaster, but everyone admits that it was a disaster and it wasn't set up properly. They weren't ready for it. So hopefully the remote's going to be better for me and the kids than the virtual. So yeah, so right now we're supposedly going in person, which I think is going to change. So I don't even know if they're going to need these masks, but if they do go to school, they need to wear masks on the bus, and they're not taking the bus. I'm very determined that I'm driving them. But they need to wear masks in the hallway and whatever. But they are pretty much locked in their classrooms like all day, which it's still not great. Again, none of these are great. So I'm working on that. But if I could get at least 1 or 2 gaiters made for them, they can keep it on their neck. They can pull it up, they can pull it down. They don't need to worry about tying ties. They don't need to worry about their elastic stretching on their ears, because even when I wear it to the store for an hour or so, it hurts. It starts to hurt. So, and their ears are like sticking out like this because it just can't hold the weight of it can't hold that stretch very well. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. And the gaiters are real easy to make, so it's really just a tube, and then you can either put a filter pocket on there and put a wire in or whatever. So this is just, the amount of time I've spent looking at masks and patterns has just been absurd. So that's what I'm working on. But I'm also working on bags. So I do have some knit-alongs going on, like I mentioned, and I'm not prepared. I didn't pull out the prizes and whatever. Next time I will have all the prizes. I will have my bag sewn. So I've made some bags for prizes. I will get some yarn in there, maybe figured out. I was going to hand dye some yarn. I have the stash yarn to give away as well. I got lots of things, and I got the donations, and so I have a lot of things to put together. So I am going to put together some prize packs, because at the end of the month we have the summer, or the whip along. So if you have a work in progress, you can put it in the whip along. If you do not use Ravelry, message me, the cat lady, or craftycatlady@gmail.com. Email me. I will get you in the running. We have the stress-free make-along with Happy Little Yarn and Needles at the Ready. Again, if you want to throw something in there, email me if you're not on Ravelry. So anytime you want to do something that I say is on Ravelry and you're not comfortable with Ravelry, please email me, because everyone is included. I want to include everyone as easy as possible. So email me, craftycatlady, 2 T's, @gmail.com. And then we have the summer socks knit-along. Which I have a hashtag for that, so you can use that on Instagram, the cat lady summer socks. Cat. Put it down here because I can't remember. I think that was it. Anyways, so lots of knit-alongs. The two end, the stress-free and the whip-along, both end at the end of this month, August 30th. And the summer socks goes until September. So, and I will have 3 packages of prizes. So for the whip-along, I have a bag, which that bag might change. It'll be an option maybe, but we have some stitch markers and a bundle of yarn from Happy Little Yarn, little minis. And then the stress-free and the summer socks, I'm still putting them together. But it'll be a bag of yarn and markers. That's pretty much what I'm planning. And if I have anything extra, then I'll pull from Chatter. So yeah, which I'll have some extra bags. So maybe I'll pull from Chatter for a bag. So that's it. And so oh, one more stash. Oh, I do have more stash. This is kind of important because I forgot to show it last time. Let's see. Yep, that's it. I think that's it. So my last stash to show is, so if you follow Gigi Made It on Instagram, she has been a very, very inspirational person on the whole Black Lives Matter and everything that's, pretty much wrong in this world. So she came up with a logo for her Stand in the Gap kind of initiative, I'd call it. So I got this coffee mug, and this was directly from her shop. So she's got a Spreadshirt shop, I believe, and she has mugs and shirts and stuff in there. So I got a coffee mug because I love my coffee. So this has been in my rotation of coffee. And then she had a collaboration with Magpie Fibers for these amazing tumblers, which also say Stand in the Gap, and it says Commit to Change. It's Gigi Made It on there. That's her, get some glare there, there we go. That's her, her handle on Instagram. So yeah, go follow her, because she is a really inspirational and amazing woman that has a lot of good things to say, and she keeps it real, and she keeps it very positive. I mean, because some people, have a different spin on things, and she just always keeps it so just genuine and positive, and like as positive as it can be. And stand in the gap, which means, do something. You see something that's not right, say something. Talk to your children about what's going on. Don't just, don't let the cycle continue. So tell your children that Black Lives Matter. Tell your children that Black people and people of color have been treated poorly for their entire existence. you know, that's, and it's hard. It's very hard, especially when it's like family and like close friends. And it's proving to be very difficult for me, which I knew it would be anyways. Because you don't want to lose people, but then do you really want those people to be in your lives, and do you want those children or people to be in your children's lives that, you know, have this like hatred, or, you know, just don't care about other people, and black people and people of color, and don't agree that any of this is a thing, you know, like it is a thing. It's a real thing. So it's the easy part for me is to tell my children and teach my children, and it's been really inspiring to hear them kind of parrot back some of the things we've talked about. So Emily likes to go through her books and find out how many people are brown skinned in there, and you know, some of her favorite books have like a main character that are brown skinned. She gets excited about that, and she thinks about it now when we watch movies and stuff. She's like, oh, there's no brown skinned people in this movie. And I'm like, no, there's not, or there's one and you don't see him very much. And oh, there's not a lot of brown skinned people in this book. And so she's actively, and my son, he's gonna have the talk more because he's kind of with everything, so you know, no surprise. But Emily's really taking it to heart, and proving that, you know, it's working and we can make change. So one step at a time. So I've slowed down on what I post on Instagram. Unfortunately, I try to go in, but in general, I've just not been posting as much, and because life is just so. But no, I'm still thinking about it every day. And, you know, when I drink out of my coffee mug, of course I think about it. And I haven't used this one. I used it for water once, but I don't know, it's just so nice. I just don't want to ruin it. So, but it needs a nice glass of wine in here at some point. So that was like my morning mug and my evening mug, right? So that's that. So on to business. So business is business. Okay, there are things going on behind the scenes. I do have some plans coming up. So if you are new and you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, go over there and scroll back a bit. I do have a mini advent thing coming up. So the yarn is on order. It is on its way to me. I don't want to put the pre-order up until I have the yarn in my hand and make sure it is what I want it to be, and etc. So what I'm planning is a 12 pack of minis. For an advent style type thing. So it'll go out towards fall, and you can open it whenever you want. You can open it 12 days up until Christmas. You can open it for a different holiday if you want. You can take a couple out and open it for Hanukkah. You know, 8 days of yarn for Hanukkah. It'll be 12 because, you know, I'm going off the 12 days of Christmas, but I'm keeping it low key because I didn't want to do a whole 24 for my first one. Keeps the price down a little bit. Right now my price point is like $88, and that's supposed to include some extra stuff, so like some stitch markers, or you know, something like little treats or whatever. So I don't know yet, so, but I'm trying to keep the price a little bit down, and that includes shipping as well, because shipping itself was like $15 or something, and that's like straight up. So I mean it's gonna vary per location, but for the most part shipping was expensive. Now I'm going to keep this to US only as well, unfortunately, again for the same reasons, because the shipping is going to be like twice as much for international, and just not ready to commit to that yet. And so I mean, I'm working out the details again, so this is more of an experiment, sort of. But it'll be 12 little bundles of yarn that will each be wrapped with the number on it, so you can open them every day for whatever time frame you want. I don't know exactly what the dye scheme will be, but it's maybe be a fade of some sort, or just kind of just fun. No real theme, so I'm calling it 12 Days of Perfect Yarn, and that's PURR, perfect yarn, because that is using my perfect sock base, which is an 80/20 merino nylon. So I thought that was a cute little play on words. So 12 Days of Perfect Yarn from the Cat Lady Yarn. And then I have some ideas for either a Halloween mini set. So again, I'm kind of playing with these minis, or just some skeins of Halloween yarn, full skeins, in a set of, let's add at least 4 colors, well, 5 colors. Yeah, five colors. But they were not necessarily like, they're like 5 like very similar styles, but like with a pop of a different color in there. So stay tuned for that. I gotta do some samples and check it out and see if I like it. And I might do some I might just do a mini set just to test it out, and then knit them up and see what the samples look like. So stay tuned. I'd like to do that, and obviously I gotta get on that soon, but I'm waiting for my yarn order to come in. I might end up having a flash sale to kind of move some of the stuff I have in there now. Please head over there. Please head over there now and look if you want to see what I have, and yeah, maybe I'll do a free shipping or something. I'm not sure. So stay tuned. If you don't, if you're not on my newsletter, I will put the link below for my newsletter. You can sign up for that. So if I have any kind of sale or anything new coming up, the first people to know usually are the newsletter and Instagram, kind of concurrently. But any sale codes will go straight to the newsletter first, and then come to Instagram later. Usually a couple days later. So you're definitely first to know with the newsletter. So Halloween yarn, 12 days of yarn. That's it. So yeah, so just to recap, go over to see Star Lily Creations for her giveaway, and you can win a skein of hand-dyed yarn for me. Enter in some of the knit-alongs, and then you can win some yarn for me as well. Lots of prizes going on, so there's lots of knit-alongs, and there's the giveaway, and if we get to 1,000 on YouTube, I'll definitely have a giveaway, maybe a gift card to the shop, or you can pick out a skein of yarn that's available or something, in a bag. So I'm just giving it all away. So that's fine. I am sending some yarn to the Crazy Sock Lady. So stay tuned over there as well, and you can see what she's gonna give away. And yeah, so in personal news, we went camping. Have we gone camping twice since I recorded, or did I don't know. We went camping a couple times. It's been a lot of fun. I'm actually in the process of getting a new vehicle, and I'm getting a pickup truck, which is kind of scary. I'm used to driving little sedans, a mid-sized SUV, so this is a large vehicle. But when we go camping, we cannot take one car. So I have a small SUV, Jim has a Jeep Wrangler, which is a small SUV. So we cannot travel with all our camping gear, and we don't have a ton of camping gear, but just the tent and the coolers, and we have other stuff, the sleeping bags and the sleeping pads and the bins of kitchen stuff and the stove and like all the stuff that requires for camping. Then your pillows and your clothes and the beach bag and the beach tent, and like we can't fit it in both of our vehicles and ourselves. So it's like my back seat, my front seat, and the kids and me in the car, and then Jim's like pretty much whole back and front. So if I get a truck, we will fit everything in there, and then in the future, maybe in the next year or two, we will possibly move into a travel trailer. So that's what I'm hoping. I've been talking about getting a travel trailer for the last like 2 years. He was not quite sold. He decided let's do camping, and we did, and then he's like, well, maybe a travel trailer could be fun. You go to the campsites, and a lot of people have them, and again, we can't travel together, and sleeping on the ground and in the rain, and we've had lots of rain. So, but it's been a lot of fun. That is really one of my happy places. One of my favorite things to do is sit by a campfire. I like building the campfire. So I like knitting by the campfire. And I like just going, I just like getting away, and we've only gone a couple hours out, like an hour out. So that's the farthest we've been away. The first trip was like a half an hour. The second trip was an hour. So, but it's been a lot of fun. So I want to make it a thing, like a permanent thing, and it's perfect for Corona, like social isolation, social distancing at its finest. Really, you're in your own little camp space, and like just you and the family, and I don't know. I mean, people definitely travel together and have little gatherings, and we're gonna go with some family soon, so that'll be fun too. But we'll still have our own space, and we won't be distancing as much as we should, but we're all gonna be kind of minimally moving around prior to, so we'll be kind of self-quarantined up until the trip and making sure we're doing everything as safe as possible. So it's crazy out there, it really is. So I think that's it. I'm sure I forgot something because I don't have official notes, but I appreciate everyone for joining me. I obviously rambled for long enough, so please like and subscribe. Again, let's get to 1,000. Let me do a fun giveaway. Go ahead and like me on Instagram. I do have a Facebook page. Mostly it's Instagram that goes over to Facebook. So, but if you use Facebook and not Instagram, there is a Facebook page. The Cat Lady Podcast, just search that in the groups and you'll find me. I think that's it. So I hope everyone has a good few weeks, whatever it is I come back next. Hopefully, definitely by the beginning of September is when I'll probably record. I'll probably wait for the knit-alongs to end. I will get myself down to that sewing machine. I will hopefully make some gaiters and some bags. My bags are all cut out. Like, they're all cut out and pinned together, ready to start. So really, once I get started, they shouldn't. And they're just gonna be drawstring bags for now. So I don't have any zippers on hand, and they get complicated. And I'm not really, my skill is not quite there. So I feel much better giving away bags with the drawstrings. So here's a question for you if you're still listening and you want to weigh in. So there's two types of drawstring bags. You can do the drawstring that has like the ruffly top. I might do half and half. Or you can do a drawstring where it's at the top and it just cinches closed. I don't have a sample. Do I have an example? Well, I have an example of the cinched. So typically that's how I've made them, is like this. So you have like the ruffly top. But I do have another style, and I think I've made it before, where if you put the drawstring, so the drawstring's down an inch. So, and if you put, so instead if you put the drawstring up here, it just closes at the top like this. So you have just the, and I feel like this is more of a feminine look because it's got ruffles. That doesn't mean men can't like ruffles at all, so that's not what I'm saying. But in general, if you're gonna generalize, this might be a more feminine looking bag compared to something that just seams at the top and doesn't really give you that ruffle. So I might do half and half, because I do have male viewers that could, and entries in my give-alongs. So I don't give-alongs, giveaways, knit-alongs. So if you have, I might just do half and half, but I'm curious to know if you have a preference. I don't have a preference really. I have bags that have both. So, but here's two bags that are potential bags to give away. So we got CATT, 2 tones. The other ones aren't going to be 2 tones. I don't do these ones anymore, just because it's just extra work, and I just prefer the single. I mean, these are cute, but I do like the single colors. They just seem to be easier to put together and everything. And I'm obviously trying to save some time. So yeah, so if you have a preference, let me know. And with that, finally, I've been jammering on for too long, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hope you get to craft all the things. Bye.